Jello Beats, holla at me.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and another video. So today I want to talk about what it means to be wrong in the fitness industry. And this is again another topic that sits quite close to me and my heart, because I'm the type of person that isn't afraid to be wrong. And I think that that's something that people do need to understand when it comes to the fitness industry, or perhaps any industry that you see newer people coming into, and also the advancement of, like I've talked about in the past, the research, the literature, and of course anecdotal evidence that we see in the fitness industry, and obviously subcultures like bodybuilding. Now, like when I started out, you'd have this bottom level or lowest tier of knowledge that I could sort of generally see as the gym level of knowledge. Okay, so you'll enter a gym and Big Bill will come up to you and give you sort of all the information you need to know on mass gainers and post-workout nutrition, and of course lifting the iron. And you might actually meet a very educated Bill in the gym, but for the most part, you're going to meet some sort of lower end, lower tier educated Bill. And the advice that he gives you may well not be wrong, but it might not be optimal. And it will take you a few years along the road to sort of find out what's optimal. And at the same time, your advancement as a trainee will advance your ability to use and apply anecdotal knowledge to not only the clients that you coach, if you're a coach, or the people that are following you online and the message that you're trying to put out. The issue that I do find is that the people that are potentially called out as wrong or called out as bullshit are the people that are not willing to learn, and they're not willing to be wrong. So when they say something that's wrong or incorrect, that's either been totally dismayed in the science and the literature, or it's been totally disproven by years of anecdotal evidence, they're not prepared to accept that. And they're not prepared to say, okay, yep, I appreciate that what I said in that video a year ago was wrong, and that there's evidence to suggest that that is completely wrong, and that I'm giving out now essentially poor advice to my followers and my fans, whatever your followers, fans. I don't see it as fans. No one really has fans, unless you're like Conor McGregor. So essentially what I do see is that the best people in the fitness industry are the people that are always willing to be disproven, and always willing to think, okay, what I was doing there maybe wasn't optimal. Is there a new optimal route? The thing that excites me most, guys, is being wrong. Because when you're wrong and when you're not doing something right, what does that mean? You can do it better. And if we can do it better, can we make more progress? And the answer is ultimately yes. So when I go to these seminars, or when I go to a conference, or when I listen to a podcast with a more educated individual, or when I interview someone like Mark Claxton, who's a pro natural bodybuilder, if I learn something from that and I think, okay, yeah, I definitely could be doing something differently here, I'm going to employ that tactic with ultimate force, because I really don't see any other way around it. And the unfortunate thing is the people that get stunted in their progress as either a coach or a trainee are these people that I'm talking about initially. The people that are just not willing to be proven wrong. They are always right. And do you remember when you were at school, like primary, secondary school or something, there was always one kid who was like fairly educated, he was like moderately educated, and he was quite clever, but he was such a dick that you could never ever quite prove him wrong. He would never accept it. Even when he did something categorically, or she, I'm not sexist here, even when they did something categorically wrong, they'd still find a way to say, you're still wrong and I'm right. And they'd just argue it to the death. And eventually you just get bored of their company and be like, why am I even friends with you? There's absolutely no point. You're just a dick. And you have dicks like that in the fitness industry. And what you've got to realise is that they won't advance. They won't make progress like you will. So my wholehearted advice as a young 21-year-old, which again is coming from a young guy, but again it does provide value to you young people watching it and potentially old people as well, is that you've just got to think about always looking outside the box and willing to be able to suck in at any knowledge that you can potentially gain, whether it be anecdotal or through the research or through new studies that are coming out, and think about how that can improve you and how that can improve either your business or the way that you operate with clients, or the way that you train, the way that you approach your sessions, the way that you diet, And I fully appreciate that when I look back at all of these contest prep vlogs, there's probably 1 to 2 things, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 things that I'll do wrong or potentially not optimally in this prep, that in future preps I will do right and I will be better as a result. And that's part of the process. I put up an Instagram post the other day. I said, you learn yourself more and more throughout a diet, and you learn yourself more and more the more diets you do. Alberto Nunez said, that the more diets he's done, the more contest prep phases he's been through, the easier it has got. Why? Because he knows what to do and when to do it. And he's acceptant of what he has done wrong in the past. If he'd stuck to his initial contest prep diet, if Matt Ogus has stick to the first ever diet he did and came in completely out of shape, if you've ever seen his first show pictures, would he have ever improved? No. The answer is there, guys. Success speaks. It really does. It shouts about what someone does and whether they're doing it right. So that's going to be it for it today, guys. It's going to be it for the video. Any questions or follow up on this, obviously, please ask. I hope you're all having a good day. It's Tuesday for me, so again, another lower body session. Like I said in my update, I'm going to be backing off the loading just slightly and utilising slightly higher rep ranges on both my squat days now to ensure safety and some efficient sessions. It's still going to be tough. I'm still nervous, but we're going to get it done. So cheers, guys, for watching, and we'll speak soon.